Hello, 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 my Taurus collective sun, moon, rising signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon to new moon next in May 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and fellow earth sign Virgo that I am. Hi, my balls. I love you guys. Guys, gals, all y'all. If you are new to my channel, please do like this video at the end. I'll remind you, I'm a Virgo. Subscribe to the channel. My numbers are getting up there. I'm really sort of enjoying this YouTube journey that I'm going through at almost 52 years old. In September, I will be 52. I know I don't look it. Thank you. Please, please, please comment in the comment section below if any of this hits you in a particular way. And also, you might want to hit that notification bell, as I have been doing super chats, live streams, whatever you want to call them, on YouTube, morning and or evening, depending, to just get us through this time of challenge that we are in. I have this, see, I got this private Facebook group, the Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, private Facebook group. Private doesn't mean you can't find it. You can find it, but once you're in, nobody knows you're in it. So that's what I mean by private. That's what Facebook means. So a lot of them from there come over and hang out, and we pray and we meditate together, and sometimes we just crack each other up. Just anything to get us through this, right? Particularly those of us who are isolated. I live alone with 3 black cats, which is lovely, but gets a little stir crazy. So we've really all been helping each other crew together, ferrying us through this time of challenge. Cool, cool. Let's get down to business, though. We are looking at a What Do I Need read for this full moon in Scorpio on the 7th of May, going through to the new moon in Gemini on the 22nd of May. So approximately a 2-week period, as any half moon cycle would be. But really asking 6 different decks, systems of divination, what it is that you need usually to let go of, because it is a waning moon from full moon to new moon next. So we're going to ask my pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, obviously yours, what you need, like what you need to let go of, to embrace, to any of that. I'm going to focus on my breath. If you focus on your breath at the same time, we'll both be tuning to the same source, the same life force. The difference will be that I will be, being in the present moment to bring through the clarity, guidance, and grace that I've been training my whole life to do, particularly during this time, and you'll be able to feel what resonates and leave what doesn't, because this is a general read, right? That it's not going to hit everybody exactly the same way, nor is it going to be completely 100% accurate every single time, but that's why I'm doing sun, moon, and rising signs, and keeping these readings a little bit shorter, because upload times are maddening to a Virgo. Really, a 50-minute video took 5 hours to upload last week. So I'm trying to keep them a little bit shorter, trying to do them a little bit in advance so that they get up on time. Cool, cool. That's why you might want to hit the notification bell. It's because I'm trying to release things in the evenings, because I know that's when people are usually free to watch. Cool, cool. Let's get down to biz. All the decks that I read are in the description box, all the way at the bottom of the description box, because I have some other cool links. I always curate my description box before I go live with a new series, so go check it out, see what's down in there. Let's get down to business. We're going to start with Caroline Mace archetype deck. Let's see what the dominant soul power is for you this full moon to new moon next, May 2020. Nice deep breath. My collective pantheons of angels, gods, goddesses, ooh, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. I felt that tingle. What does this Taurus collective, sun, moon, rising sign need this waning moon, this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini, May 2020, please? What is their dominant soul power that they are alchemizing from lead to gold, the waning side of it, this new moon to full moon next, May 2020? Now, keep in mind, these archetype cards, if you've never seen them before, Caroline Mace, MYSS, brilliant spiritual teacher. Her book, Sacred Contracts, was a game changer for me. But to say that there's the shadow attribute and the light attribute, the shadow's the kind of ooky stuff nobody wants to look at and yet could very much come up during a waning moon. And if you look at the language of alchemy, lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. So 3 things must be transformed or let go of. In other words, perfect for a waning moon. Let's see what you got. I have this archetype lifelong. Let's go to Kronos archetype, the Prince archetype. Now, regardless of whether you're male or female, this is a masculine family archetype. So everybody has both a masculine archetype and a feminine archetype, right? The yin, in this case, the yang and the yin, right? So I love the Prince archetype in its light, but in its shadow, it's a freaking nightmare. So the shadow attribute, using power for self-aggrandizement. Now, self-aggrandizement, that's a word you don't hear often, but the word grand is in there. So it's about inflating yourself. Like, a prince doesn't have the power of a king, but they may pretend to have the power of a king. Puff up their chest, poof out that peacock tail, strut a little bit more than usual, but it's never authentic, right? It's tricky. It is tricky, and like I said, I have it lifelong. I'm a prince in my family. I will never be the king of my family, right? I'm never going to marry a woman. I'm gay, if you couldn't tell. I'm never going to have kids other than cats. So, you know, that legacy will not go on through me. It will go through my brothers and my sister, which is fine. They can have at it. I'd rather have cats in a career. But that toxic side of it, it's really, think of like the Prince of Darkness, right? The toxic prince. The light attribute, though, romantic charm and potential for power, which is why I got that chill when I started. It's like, oh, Mark, you have this one, but I don't have any planets in Taurus, but I can certainly resonate with that. Romantic charm and potential for power. Will that potential be actualized? Well, certainly over a waning moon, full moon to new moon next, particularly in Scorpio, which is your opposite sign, there might be some real opportunities for alchemy here. Though you may never have the power of a king, maybe you do. You can also have the king archetype somewhere in your alchemical makeup. But definitely you have that potential for power, but will you make that potential kinetic? Oh, I just went earth science on you, right? Well, you're an earth sign, so maybe that's why. The guides are very kind to me today. So we'll keep that in mind, that Prince archetype. Let's see how it plays out. Asking the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. What's going on with y'all? What are the angels that are healing you with the Healing with the Angels Oracle? Nice deep breath. Considering that so much healing right now is about surrender and release and letting go and detoxing, letting go of the old ways for the new ways to come in, right? My angels, please. One card in clarity. What is the Healing with the Angels Oracle? In other words, what is the angel that the Taurus collective, sun, moon, rising sign is healing with this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini? Please, my angels, one card in clarity for the Taurus collective, this full moon to new moon next. I always deal them face down. But why do you do it? Power. I am a fan of Katya, if you don't know who that is. I'm so sorry to hear that. But isn't it interesting? The word power is used twice in this card, both in the shadow and in the light, right? The shadow attribute, using power for self-aggrandizement. The light attribute, romantic charm, and potential for power. So I find it interesting that in 2 cards, the word power is used 3 times. Now, I did just say potential and kinetic, and I learned that, God, what, 4th grade science class, right? Maybe. But I can even remember back that far is sort of miraculous. But really look at that. You might have a potential for power here that you will be releasing some of the blocks to it, right? Maybe releasing some of the toxicity of it, rather than trying to create grandiosity, puffing yourself up. Grandeur, which is a power of the soul. So this could be very much about your soul power coming through. But let us not forget that romantic charm. I think that was part of that tingle schmingle on the shingle that I got going on there in the shuffle. I mean, I definitely felt it. It felt lovely. Talk about an intuitive biological response. Let's ask this new oracle deck. I've only been working with it since, what, like February, March? When did I go to Saratoga? You know, I went in March before everything shut down. What was it? I don't remember. This is called the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses Oracle. I like it a lot. It's a little direct. Let's see. Let's see what it is that you need according to the angels, the goddesses, and the gods. And now my right ear is ringing. Breathe. Lots of visceral responses in this Taurus reading today. My angels, gods, and goddesses. Please, one card in clarity for the Taurus collective. Sun, moon, rising signs for this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini. Please, my beloved angels, gods, and goddesses, just one, an angel, a god, or a goddess. What do they need for this full moon to new moon next? May 2020. The angel of emergence. Isn't that interesting? Emergence. This power will be emerging. It is time for the real you to emerge. So what's the real you? The shadow or the light? It's the light. The ego or the soul? It's the soul. But the ego needs to be unwound and dissolved to be brought into the soul. The ego is, I don't want to say nothing more. The ego is essential for us to operate in this world. But the soul loves and embraces and alchemizes the ego, its true power shining through the ego. In other words, the ego is the most dormant, locked down, the angel that may act like a demon because it's forgotten who it is, right? So there's something here about the angel of emergence, right? It's time for the real you to emerge. And since you got two angels in a row here, I'm going to say that's about your power emerging in some way, shape, or form that has to do with the prince. Now keep in mind, archetypes are all about power, right? Soul power. Not the ego power, which you would think of as the shadow, the soul power, that light coming through you. Massive potential. But also, again, that romantic charm, which I find interesting. Let's keep going. 3 more cards left to hit the table, and then I'll put it all together. We're going to use the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, the voices of the Ascended Masters for you all. There are 4 suits in this deck. The suit of the problem, which is half of the deck, which I think is helpful for a waning moon, right? What is the thing that you're kind of chunking away at? Evaporating, unraveling, that kind of waning moon vibe. That was a little hard to say for some reason. The other 3 suits are luck, healing, and grace. Let's see what you get. Nice deep breath. One more. What the hey? Oh, my Ascended Masters, please. 1 card in clarity for the Taurus collective. Sun, moon, rising sign from this new moon for this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini, please. A piece of luck, a piece of grace, or a piece of healing, or a piece of the problem. What do they need? What do they need to know of? What do they need to embrace? What do they need to deal with? And what do they need to let go? This full moon to new moon next May 2020. Infidelity. God, I had a feeling, right? But I don't necessarily think this is about sexual or romantic infidelity, as is indicated here in the card, right? The guy's on the phone chatting with somebody with little love bubbles in the air, and his partner, wife or otherwise, is asleep on the other side of the bed. Now, first of all, he's got one of them old-fashioned telephones. The wire connected to the... So, yeah, it's an old deck. But more, I am feeling this is more about your own honor code. It's really about like Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis. What does that mean? Right? Look that up. The Marines and all of that, right? The armed forces. To about honor. Are you letting go of your own infidelities? About acting out of accordance with the truth of your soul, with the truth of who you are, with your own honor code. Now, just keep in mind, your honor code does have a physical location in the body. It's the solar plexus, right? So this is about personal power. Do you want to be the Prince of Shadows or the Prince of Light, right? This is your opportunity to maybe not, emerge it out into the world all at once, but to allow that power of your honor to shine forth. It's not easy. Like, we're not necessarily trained from birth to act honorably. Oh, we could be told to act honorably, but then we sort of watch what happens with the people in our families and in our societies around us, how people cut corners all the time, right? But this might be a real opportunity for you to alchemize your power from lead to gold, from shadow to light. And there's something Carolyn Mace says, and it's a meme that you'll see of hers around. Do the thing that you're most afraid of to do. That's usually the act of power that you need to do. The thing that you're really afraid to do, to speak your truth, to move out, don't mess around. You bring me down. Don't make a sound, just move out. That there's something here about infidelity, and if this is romantic sexual, we will see in the next couple of cards. I have a feeling. I don't feel it though. I mean, that's possible in the quantum collective, Taurus collective, sun, moon, rising sign, but we're not dealing with Venus signs here, so although you're ruled by Venus. Since the Ascended Masters gave you that card of infidelity, let's ask the Ascended Masters through the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn, Duda. I love this deck. Very helpful for me and my clients. If you'd like to book me for a reading, all the info's in the description box. Just drop me an email or catch me outside, catch me on Facebook. Just drop me a Facebook message and just put, reading somewhere in the title, right? Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity. Since you gave them the card of infidelity, the problem card, what is the perfect healing mantra for them this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini? Please, it will help them heal this, right? Because there's obviously a romantic power thing going on here. That could certainly influence that infidelity, but then they've got the power card and then the angel of emergence, two angels in a row. That is a time for the real them to emerge. So maybe they haven't been truly honorable with who they are, truly authentic, hence that infidelity to their own selves. So please, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Taurus collective sun, moon, rising signs this full moon to new moon next, May 2020? Rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. Look, I learned how to turn that light off. It only does it with these cards though, right? So the more I embrace feeling good, the less I will feel bad. It doesn't say you're never going to feel bad again. And remember, good and bad is relative, right? But I will read this from the Ye Old Bookie book. And there's a way to turn this light back on. I forget how to do it, but it usually will do it on its own. There we go. It's motion sensitive. It's a good stretch too. Rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis regardless of the way life unfolds. In rewriting the subconscious, you receive the gravitational pull, you reverse, In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. And I think that's what this infidelity card is about. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor in your reality. This mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, releasing shame, and finding joy in new beginnings. And I do feel like with that angel of emergence that there's going to be a tricky period here for you, really letting go of some of the negativity here. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And a lot of that feeling good is something that we can do regardless of what's going on around us. It's just an inside job, right? So to embrace feeling good, it may not feel great to feel good. It might even feel like you're not being fair, you're not being honorable to feel good while so many are suffering sometimes people really close to us are suffering, to still, maybe that feels like a little bit of infidelity for you to feel good. But to rewrite the subconscious is about allowing an experience through repetition to become more familiar so that the subconscious mind actually seeks out and finds the evidence. And if that's about feeling good rather than feeling bad, see, we have no problem doing it, feeling bad. All you got to do is watch the news, and it kind of does that. Might take a little bit more work. But with that Prince archetype, you'll be able to do it with charm and really to develop that potential power of feeling good. Last card down, let's ask the higher selves of all involved, your higher self in particular, through the Whispers of Love Oracle. And then I'll put together the pieces. Nice deep breath. Yeah, they just said to me, it's like with that Prince archetype, this is about your action. This is about yang. This is about your masculine energy, regardless of your gender. Higher selves of all involved. Please, one card in clarity, a Whisper of Love Oracle card for the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Please, what is the Whisper of Love that will help them this full moon in Scorpio to new moon next in Gemini? Please, the Higher Self collective. What do they need this full moon to new moon next, May 2020? Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Now, here's the thing. If you are separated from your romantic partner at all, whatever that is for you, and there are challenges emerging here of infidelity, and you want to feel good rather than feel bad, well, therein lies whether you're going to do this shadow power, the romantic charm, in shadow or light. Totally your choice, little by little by little by little. But if you are on your own, I am going to suggest you check out the talks I've been doing about indirect manifestation in the live streams that I've done, or you can go directly to who I learned the concept from, Matt Kahn, just read from his deck. He's been talking about it a lot more. And interestingly enough, it is about influencing the subconscious mind, visualizing things that feel good to kind of impress upon the subconscious mind that good feeling that then the soul communicates, okay, to the universe, to the laws at will, the universal law of attraction. Bring us more experiences so that we can feel this better feeling more. So certainly acting as if your partner is here with this Prince archetype, with this powerful potential of romantic charm, which there's the angel of power helping you through this, and that power is emerging with the angel of emergence. And if you are dealing with infidelity or not being true to who you are and what you want, then certainly you can rewrite your subconscious. The more you embrace feeling good, the less often you will feel bad, because there's nothing wrong with wanting to be fulfilled physically, emotionally, mentally, sexually, right, spiritually. That fulfillment, even though we are all truncated in our movements right now, it's hard to hook up when you can't get near people. There's nothing wrong with wanting what you want and igniting that Taurian Venus earth sign power within you. In fact, may the Taurus collective Sun, Moon, Rising signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon to new moon next, that they may rewrite their subconscious in terms of dealing with the infidelity with themselves or another by acting as if their partner is here, while that Prince power in potential, that romantic charm, that power then emerges within them more and more and more, because it is time for the real you to emerge. May they be so blessed for their well-being and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching my Taurian collective Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Again, please like the video, hit the notification bell, subscribe to my channel, comment in the comment section below if you like, and do follow along, because I'm really enjoying this journey, and really wishing you the very best and the very blessed of May 2020, this full moon to new moon next. But for now, my darlings, my earth signs, hail, farewell, and blessed be.